children, I hope you have gone through my previous video, and today we will continue further. Today in the chapter Chemical Bonding, we will study about molecular orbital theory. The molecular orbital theory was put forward by Hunt and Millikan in the year 1932. According to this theory, atomic orbitals of the atom participating in molecule formation gets disturbed when the concerned nuclei approach nearer. They all get mixed up to form an equivalent number of molecular orbitals. Electrons move along the molecular orbitals under the influence of all the nuclei. Thus, molecular orbitals are polycentric. Molecular orbitals, they are of two types: bonding molecular orbitals and anti-bonding molecular orbitals, and they are arranged according to their increasing energy levels. Filling of electrons in molecular orbitals follows Aufbau principle, Hund's rule, and Pauli's exclusion principle, just like normal filling of the electrons. Now, X is linear combination of atomic orbitals, which is also known as LCAO. Molecular orbitals of a molecule is formed by linear combination of atomic orbitals by addition and subtraction of the wave function of atomic orbital. Atomic orbitals of these atoms, they can be represented by wave function A and wave function B for two atoms separately. Now the molecular orbital which is obtained by addition of wave function of atoms can be represented as, see here, wave function of molecular orbital is wave function of A plus wave function of B. Okay, now this orbital will be called as bonding molecular orbital. Now molecular orbital which is obtained by subtraction of wave function of atoms, see over here, wave function, and you put an asterisk over here to show that it is anti-bonding. So MO, it is obtained by wave function of A minus wave function of B. So this is anti-bonding molecular orbital. The formation of bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbitals can be explained in terms of constructive and destructive interference. Now the constructive interference, during constructive interference the two waves are in phase and the amplitude of waves are added up. The electron density is given by the square of wave function, that is over here, see, waves are added up and the square of wave function becomes wave function of A plus wave function of B square, that is equal to wave function of A square, wave function of B square plus 2 wave function of A, wave function of B. Okay. Now wave function square, it is greater than wave function of A square plus wave function of B square by 2 wave function A, wave function B. It shows that the probability of finding electron in bonding molecular orbital increases. Okay. See here, it is shown constructive interference of waves. This is the amplitude of A, that is, this is the wave function A, so this is the amplitude of A. This is the second wave B, so wave function B, and this is the amplitude of wave function B. Now in constructive wave function, what happens? The two amplitudes are added up like this. Okay, so amplitude becomes A plus B, double the size. See, they were this big, now it has become this. So this is in case of constructive interference. Okay, now during destructive interference, what happens? Now in destructive interference, the two waves are out of phase and their amplitude of waves are subtracted. So for an antibonding orbital, molecular orbital, it becomes wave function of A minus wave function of B, and wave function square becomes wave function of A minus wave function of B whole square. So this becomes wave function of A square plus wave function of B square minus 2 wave function A wave function B. Alright, so wave function square, it is less than wave function of A square plus wave function of B square by how much? 2 wave function A wave function B. This shows that the probability of finding electrons in anti-bonding molecular orbital is less than wave function A or wave function B. See, destructive mein, this is wave function A, this is wave function B. So they are in opposite direction. So what happens? When you subtract them, A minus B, you get even smaller amplitude. Alright. So this is for the destructive interference of waves. Now next we come to conditions for combination of atomic orbitals to form molecular orbitals. Now first condition is the combining atomic orbital must have same or comparable energy. Second, the combining atomic orbitals must have proper orientation. What is the meaning of that? That they should have the same symmetry about the molecular axis. And the third is that the combining atomic orbitals must overlap to maximum extent. Now types of molecular orbitals formed. Now when two atomic orbitals overlap along the internuclear axis, the molecular orbital forms are called bonding or anti-bonding, sigma or sigma asterisk molecular orbital, and when they overlap sideways, molecular orbitals are called as pi or pi asterisk molecular orbitals. Now let's see molecular orbitals formed from s orbitals. Now see, s orbital is spherical in shape. So the s orbitals, they combine, two s orbitals they combine together, and by addition of these two you get this type of a structure. Okay, this is sigma bond, and by subtraction you get something like this. This is sigma asterisk. Alright. Next is molecular orbitals formed from p orbitals. Now, just a sec. P orbital, you know, is dumbbell shaped. So when the p orbitals, they combine in two ways. First is end-to-end overlap. Now in end-to-end overlap, just a minute, the figure, this is the figure. See here, the two ends, they overlap over here. This corner and this corner, they are overlapping. Alright, so you are getting sigma 2 px, and here again head-on approach is there, end-to-end overlap, you get even in subtraction you get an orbital like this. Okay, so this is the nodal plane is here at the center. So this is the first one, this is the bonding orbital, and this is the anti-bonding molecular orbital formed from combining of 2p orbitals, px orbitals, 2px, 2px of both the atoms will combine and they will give you like this. This is for addition, the shape will be this, and for subtraction the shape will be this. Next is side to side overlap. Now side to side overlap takes place in 2py and 2pz. So in side to side orbital, see, overlapping, suppose this is 2py or 2pz orbital, this will overlap with the other 2py or 2pz orbital and they will overlap here sideways. So you will get pi 2py or pi 2pz in this way. These are the bonding when addition is there. In the second case, when overlapping takes place and subtraction is there, then you will get pi asterisk 2py or pi asterisk 2pz, in which the nodal plane is in between like this. Here this is the nodal plane and in this case this is the nodal plane. Alright. Now the crest of electron waves, they are given plus sign and the troughs are given minus sign. Bonding molecular orbital is formed by combination of plus with plus and minus with minus, whereas reverse takes place in anti-bonding. Plus and minus signs do not have any relation with the charge. They are just showing you the direction. Okay, whether it is like this or it is like this. Yeah. Next is relative energies of bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Just a minute. So the sequence of increasing energy of molecular orbitals up to nitrogen is as follows. See here it is given sigma 1s, sigma asterisk 1s, then sigma 2s, sigma asterisk 2x, then pi 2y, which is equal to pi 2z. They are both equal, any one of them can be written. Then pi sigma 2px, pi dot 2py, which is equal to pi dot 2pz, then sigma dot 2px. Again I am repeating, sigma, that is bonding 1s, anti-bonding 1s, bonding 2s, anti-bonding 2s, bonding pi 2py or bonding pi 2pz, then sigma 2px, anti-bonding pi 2py or anti-bonding pi 2pz, and then anti-bonding 2px. So this is the order up to nitrogen. For oxygen, fluorine, neon, the order is sigma 1s, sigma asterisk 1x, sigma 2x, sigma asterisk 2x, sigma 2px, pi 2py, pi 2pz, pi asterisk 2py, pi asterisk 2pz, sigma asterisk 2px. Or you can say bonding 1s, anti-bonding 1s, bonding 2s, anti-bonding 2s, bonding 2px, sigma, this is sigma, then bonding pi 2py or bonding pi 2pz, then anti-bonding pi 2py, anti-bonding pi 2pz, anti-bonding sigma 2px. This is the order. Next we come to bond order and stability. Now bond order is given by the formula number of electrons in bonding molecular orbital minus number of electrons in anti-bonding molecular orbitals divided by 2. If number of electrons in bonding molecular orbital is given by Nb, then number of electrons in anti-bonding is given by Na. So the formula will be Nb minus Na upon 2. Okay. If bond order is 0, the species does not exist. It is imaginary. If bond order is less than 0, the species is highly unstable. Bond order is inversely proportional to the bond length and directly proportional to bond dissociation energy. If all electrons in molecule or ion are paired, that is dimagnetic, and if electrons are unpaired, the molecule or ion is called paramagnetic. Okay, now next we will see some molecular orbital diagrams. Now see over here. For lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, etc. This is the way the diagram is to be drawn. By molecular orbital diagram has to be drawn. They're all Li2, Be2, B2, C2, N2. All of them will have the same. First, you will at the lowest level is the s orbital. So you draw one s orbital here, one s orbital towards this side. Alright. One atomic orbital is here and the other atomic orbital here. And in between we are drawing the molecular orbital. So this is 1s. 1s will combine to form bonding 1s and anti-bonding 1s. So bonding has lower energy, so it will be below, and anti-bonding will be on top. So here it is sigma 1s and this is sigma asterisk 1s. Then next we come to 2s. 2s here, 2s here. Again it will combine to form two types of molecular orbitals. This is sigma 2s and this is sigma asterisk 2s. Bonding 2s orbital and this is anti-bonding 2s orbital. Then you come to 2p. 2p has three parts: px, py and pz. Same way px, py and pz. So in this case, three orbitals will be formed here and three orbitals on top. So the ones which are below, they are the bonding ones. So the lowest will be 2py, pi 2py and pi 2pz. On top of it will be sigma 2px. Then there will be anti-bonding 2py, 2pz and anti-bonding 2px. Okay, so this is how up to nitrogen, like Li2, Be2, C2, N2 molecular orbitals are drawn. Next, for O2, F2, Ne2, etc., how the orbitals are drawn. See, you will again the same way, one more atomic orbital this side, other atomic orbital this side, and in between you will have the molecular orbital. So first 1s, here 1s, here also 1s. Now in this case the lower one will be sigma 1s, here it will be sigma asterisk 1x. That means bonding here and this is anti-bonding. Then again for 2s, same thing will be followed. Sigma 2s, sigma asterisk 2a. Difference will be here in 2p, xyz. 2p xyz here. Now in this case, sigma 2px will be below, then on top of it will be pi 2py and pi 2pz. And here in antibonding, it will be the same. Pi asterisk 2px, 2py, pi asterisk 2pz, and on top will be sigma asterisk 2px. So changes here in this case. Sigma 2px will be below the pi 2py and pi 2pz. Okay. Now oxygen molecule contains unpaired electrons in antibonding molecular orbital, so it is paramagnetic in nature. Now next is N2, N2 plus, N2 minus and N2 2 minus ion. Now these are the species N2, N2 plus, N2 minus and N2 2 minus. Now what are the total number of electrons present? You know, nitrogen N2 will have 14 electrons. N2 plus will give away 1 electron, so it becomes 13. N2 minus gets an extra electron, so it becomes 15, and N2 2 minus has 16. Configuration of N2 is sigma 1s2, sigma asterisk 1x2, sigma 2s2, sigma asterisk 2s2. Bond order of N2 becomes, see how many are there in the bonding orbitals? Sigma 1s2, that means 2, then sigma 2s2, 2. 4 are there in 2, 2, 4. Bond order will become 10 minus 4 upon 2, that is 3. In antibonding, how many are there? 3 are there. Alright. Bonding, number of bonding molecular orbitals, electrons in bonding molecular orbitals is 10, and in antibonding, you just have sigma 1s2 and sigma 2s2, 4. So 10 minus 4 upon 2 becomes 3. Bond order is 3. So this magnetic nature becomes diamagnetic. Similarly in N2 plus, okay, why? Because see, N2, once again we will do N2. N2 में you just check sigma 1s2, sigma asterisk 1s2, sigma 2s2, sigma asterisk 2s2, pi 2p2y, pi 2p2z and sigma 2p2x. So bonding orbital, just count. Bonding are those without asterisk. Sigma 1s2, so that makes it 2. Sigma 2s2, 2 plus 2, 4. Pi 2p2y, 4 plus 2, 6. Pi 2p2z, 6 plus 2, 8. And pi 2p2x. Sorry, sigma 2p2x. So 8 plus 2, 10. Whereas antibonding, the ones with asterisks, you have only 2. Sigma asterisk 1s2, that is 2, and sigma asterisk 2s2, that is again 2. 2 plus 2, 4. So it was 10 minus 4 upon 2, 3. And because it is 3, all are paired, so it is diamagnetic. See in N2 plus. N2 plus is 13. 13 means it has lost 1 electron from the last orbital, that is sigma 2p2x has become sigma 2p1x. Alright. Now the number of bonding orbitals, see the configuration becomes sigma 1s2, sigma asterisk 1s2, sigma 2s2, sigma asterisk 2s2, pi 2p2y, pi 2p2z and sigma 2p1x. Now the number of bonding electrons are 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1, 7. Okay, and in this case 7 and 2, 9. Anti-bonding 4. So 9 minus 4 upon 2. What is 9 minus 4? 5. 5 upon 2 becomes 2.5. Okay. There's a mistyped. There's a correction in the figure. It should not be 7 minus 2. It should be, that is why I did it again with you. It should be 9 minus 2. 9 minus 4, sorry. Instead of 7 minus 2. So it becomes 5 upon 2, 2.5. Now next, N2 minus, it is 15. 15 means it has got an additional electron. Now see, let's see. Electronic configuration becomes is sigma 1s2, sigma asterisk 1s2, sigma 2s2, sigma asterisk 2s2, pi 2p2y, pi 2p2z, sigma 2p2 and pi asterisk 2p1y. So one electron that has increased, it has gone to anti-bonding orbital. So the number of electrons in bonding are the same, 10, but in anti-bonding 1 electron has increased, so it becomes 10 minus 5 upon 2, again 2.5. Both with 2.5 means there is 1 electron which is unpaired, so the magnetic nature will become, for both the cases, paramagnetic. Now see, N2, 2 minus, 2 extra electrons it has got. Both the electrons will go to anti-bonding orbital, pi 2p1y and pi 2p1z, because first all the orbitals with similar energy are filled with a single electron, and after that the pairing takes place. Okay, so the number of electrons in bonding orbital is 10. In anti-bonding it is 6. So 10 minus 6 upon 2, that makes it 2. Alright, although the bond order is coming even, but the magnetic nature is paramagnetic. Why it is paramagnetic? Because both these anti-bonding in 2py and 2pz, they are single electrons and they are unpaired. So if unpaired electrons are present, the nature is paramagnetic. Relative stabilities of N2, N2 plus, N2 minus and N2, 2 minus are in the following order. N2 is more stable than N2 plus, which is equal to N2 minus because both have the same bond order, and which is more stable than N2, 2 minus. Bond length, opposite order. N2, 2 minus has the greatest bond length, then N2 minus and N2 plus, and then least bond length is of N2. Similarly, if we look at O2 species, O2, O2 plus, O2 minus and O2, 2 minus. Now see the species. O2 has total electrons 16. Out of 16, if you look at the electronic configuration, it is sigma 1s2, sigma asterisk 1s2, sigma 2s2, sigma asterisk 2s2, sigma 2p2x, pi 2p2y, pi 2p2z, sigma asterisk 2p1y, sigma asterisk 2pz1. Okay, so that means total number of electrons, if you count in the bonding molecules, it is 10, and in anti-bonding it is 6. So 10 minus 6, that is 4 upon 2, bond order comes to be 2. And because the electrons in 2p, anti-bonding pi 2p1y, 2py1 and pi 2pz1. They are having a single electron, so they are unpaired, so the magnetic nature will be paramagnetic. In O2 plus, they have lost one electron. One electron has been lost from the outermost. Outermost is pi asterisk 2pz1. Okay, so number of electrons in bonding will remain the same, 10. But in anti-bonding, 1 has been lost, so it becomes minus 5. 10 minus 5 upon 2, bond order becomes 2.5. But still in 2py anti-bonding molecule, there is only a single electron, so the nature is paramagnetic. Next we come to O2 minus ion, that is superoxide ion. In this, the one electron has been gained, so the number of electrons, total number of electrons become 17. Out of 17, 10 are in bonding. The gain has been done in the anti-bonding molecule, so it becomes 2py2 and 2pz1 an anti-bonding. So the number of electrons in anti-bonding molecule becomes 7. So 10 minus 7 upon 2, that becomes 1.5. Anti-bonding 2pz still has one single electron, so the nature is paramagnetic. In O2 2 minus peroxide ion, they have gained 2 electrons. Both the electrons will go in the anti-bonding molecules, 2p anti-bonding 2py and anti-bonding 2pz. So the total number of electrons in bonding molecules was 10. In anti-bonding molecule, it has become 8. So 10 minus 8 upon 2, that is 2 upon 2, that is 1. Bond order is 1. Magnetic nature is diamagnetic, because now all the electrons are paired. Stability of ions is in the order O2 plus is most stable, then O2, then O2 minus, and then O2 2 minus. Bond lengths are in the opposite order. O2 2 minus has maximum bond length, then O2 minus, then O2 and O2 plus. Alright, so just revise this, and the remaining we will do in our next video.